Don't wanna make them sicker, that's my. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we could really get it, we could go for it. I'm just here for the Bucks and the Billies. Don't make me one of the ghosts for it. I run it, they like go for us, run for us, go for us. Yeah, I mean, you already wrote for us. Damn, what's one more quote for us? Oh Lord, who else sounding like this?
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South. It's the Desperados and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next.
Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. Everbank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're underway from Everbank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Connects with Johnson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give on the counter. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That counter could never get started. Good chance someone on that line telegraphed that play because the defense was all over it. Fortunate just to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lawrence now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Ferguson's got it, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. 4th down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. With a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Play action on first down. Connects on the crosser. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here on first down. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play now. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They go play action on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy. Something about that position. And he just showed you right there, going to get you a first down. They can be difference makers, too.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Following the play, one of the Jaguars in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. This time it's a passing play. Catch is made in close. And in for the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Desperados will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throw reeled in by Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Working inside the red zone. Hits him on the out route. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Sticking to the air with Lawrence. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Looking to the air here. Finds his man over the middle. Juke the defender. Keeps on moving into the red zone. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Desperados take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Races past midfield. And they finally bring him down after a huge return into their territory. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. Down to the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
York tacks on that extra point. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
St. Brown there to bring it in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Third and a lone yard coming up. Another carry for him. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
You know, when I backed up Peyton Manning for a couple years, he loved to know a team's tendencies. And then he wanted to bust them. And that's exactly what that play just did. Got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 48. To the left side, and St. Brown has it. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Setting up a throw. Finds his back complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He's going to throw this one. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and have to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They're running again. The Desperados get some late points and the lead. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find pay dirt.
And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running back sent in motion. From the 37. Throw left side, caught by Douglas. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. It's caught, Ferguson. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they bring him down around the 34. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Field goal unit out there on 2nd down as they try for 3 here before halftime. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, that's one you chalked up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw. He's going to push one deep down there, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Escapes a defender. And the Jaguars are stopped on that return, so that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Dolphins who are in control as they have reached halftime. The Dolphins looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. We'll stay in the AFC North as we head over to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Joe Burrow has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Puka Nacua, a touchdown catch in that first half. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Desperados are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. There's a handoff up the gut. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be a 1st down. Right up the gut. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Throwing now off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And it's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Desperados will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
That one hits for 30. And it'll give him a 1st down. Simple dive up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Now on 2nd and 10. Has it in close. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. 3rd and just 2 to go. Running it now out of the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Desperados pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Running it on 4th and goal, that has to take some major guts, Brock, especially knowing a lot of the time there were some rushes before it that came up short.
It's guts, it's will, it's willpower, maybe even it's a little bit of pride. But you know what? When you're in that huddle, you feel that stubbornness to refuse to accept the field goal. Not on our watch. We're going to do all we can to run this sucker in.
Here's Carter on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First down throw, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. Drops back. Needs an open man.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, Lion!
Lawrence throwing here. This throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just...
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Jaguars lead some in the 3rd. You're good on the point after. And the Jaguars cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Now this offense ready to head back out. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. On first down, they'll run, and he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Here's 2nd and 7. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Plowing up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. To the well again. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running it after the penalty. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Give now to the running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now it's Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Desperados will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing now from the gun. He's got a man left.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Give a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They're going play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He'll throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He finds Johnson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Now Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 41-yard line.
From the 41. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Lawrence to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Lawrence working from the gun. It's caught. Ferguson. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars trail by a field goal. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Jaguars jump in front late. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Their offense running back out now. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. North now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Desperados headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Another carry for him. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain down to about the 36. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. A kick they needed, but it's no good as it sails too far right. And the game stays at 11. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script. Not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
Clean breakup on that throw, and it's going to be 2nd down. Here's a throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Here he is to throw. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
Here we go again. You ready?
Get the back
Yeah.
walk.
Money talks, what the is he saying? Huh? You can ask his and ask his who's the man. Bro, them get the stepping like parades about them bands. My little Tinkerbell, cause I'm fly as Peter Pan. Yeah, let's go, get some money, they playing. Hopped up out this cyber truck, my wrist cost a lamb. I'm tired of buying cars to my driveway jam. The neighbors still trying to figure out who I am, who I be. To these weak. They say money talk, put diamonds in my teeth. I be Louis down with Jordans on my feet. Messed up in your yard like trick or treat. You better play your cards right, you better not ever reach. For this chain over here, I underneath. Yeah, I ripped that 5, but I 6 feet deep. Let's go, 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 let's go.
I picked up, let's go. She had too much fun. I think she got too motor in the trunk. Up out the roof. That got a. I think she lost one shoe. Gang the truth. I told her, oh my F's, you got the juice. I pulled up at her friend's house and kicked her out the coop. Gave it the boot. Bye bye. Yeah, she untamed gorilla. I was born in the zoo. That's why you so rude. Who the is you? I been this way since school. Spent the whole million on one set, it's ocean blue. That's why you so.
Hey. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey. Break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up, to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury.
luxury. They can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out y'all, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the lead, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang it. These no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If Hit Boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. We about to move, son. Don't talk about it unless you do, son. I make the backyard feel like a stampede. I make a trash car feel like it's a Bentley. Hanging like a Warhol or like a Banksy. And hit the stage, turn the people into family. I'm talking back then, you didn't know me. But you feel it now, acting like the homie. Talking about, hey, can you feel it? Let me know if you feel it right now. Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too higher. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. Hermes fur on my feet, I'm a lead. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa. I'm a dancer, You pay fees for my big show in Ibiza for my leisure. I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this and say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. She get away. She get away. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She ate away. She ate away. She ate away. She ate away. I ain't giving
wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gotta rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Desperados and the Texans under the lights on Thursday night.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock here with you once again. This week, going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams. We've got Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want. Both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short here will find themselves a whole lot closer to it.
Will Reichert has it all teed up, and another week is officially underway. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Stroud in the air to start us off. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Looking slant route complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. 12 yards on that play. A good call. Nets him the 1st. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Touchdown, Houston! So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Penix now on first down. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
That one's complete over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Blown back gets the handoff. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
There wasn't a lot there for him, but he did what he needed to do. Go get that first down. Picked up a short gain, didn't risk a big loss. Looking for a bigger lane elsewhere.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that makes it 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Penix working from the gun. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Got for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Escapes out to the left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Now an inside give to Walker. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by Cedric Gray. That's going to be 6 on the run, so that brings up 3rd and right around 8. Stroud off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Staying with Walker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. This time it's a passing play. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Hits him on the in route. And they bring him down around the 34. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. Finds a man right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Throwing is Stroud. That's cut beyond the marker. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Tank Dell the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans double their lead to 14. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Desperados and their running back about to get back to work. And they've been able to lean on him in the early goings of this NFL season. He's in the top 5 of the NFL in rushing. Vacates quickly left side. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Penix. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. To the air with Penix. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. Now hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. Play action. Here's Penix. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Penix here from the gun. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Texans grab it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. While the new offense preps ahead. Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. 3rd down, it's Penix. He put everything he had into this one. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. Trying for it with Penix. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. They'll start this series with an option left. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Looks like we have a player hurt on that one. We'll get a pause here, and the training staff out to look at C.J. Stroud. First throw for the backup now. Connection made to Dell. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Give up the gut to Walker. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. The Texans set to punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Short pass brought in. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives them the first. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Cut out left. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And they're going to have a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Penix on 1st down. It is cut left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Handoff up the gut. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Desperados looking at 2nd and 3. Allen can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or you're now forced to put the ball in.
And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. So now from a bit further back, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Penix to throw. Has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Penix working from the gun. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Escapes the puck. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Texans currently in front in Houston. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment.
Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up 1st down. He's dropping back to throw. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make it.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. That pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Desperados cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. Walker on 1st down. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Looking slant route, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Blitz coming for Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Walker running to the right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. Punt team on the field. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The visitors ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 42. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Trying to work quickly now. Third and long for him here. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
At the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. All the left side. And he's taken down at the 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Houston first. Handoff now out of the gun. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Stroud. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
On the quick, right?
Stroud from the pistol. First down 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Texans go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. That one right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. This offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's got a man left. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Looking right, and he finds him. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll give him a 1st down. He'll throw it. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, then you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Pass play coming here. On the move, headed right. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To the ground with Walker. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 32-yard line.
Running with Walker again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. Here he is on 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. This is Walker on 2nd. And they'll make the stop after a short gain to the 48. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Hits his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Trying to set this up quick. Here he is to throw. Completed to his running back. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Complete to number 33. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Desperados.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
And the Texans get on this kick, and that should do it for this game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So it's the Texans who defend their building to take the win. And they draw first blood against a division rival. We're on the road later this year with a chance of completing that season sweep.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. And I ain't never felt like wrestling.
Yeah, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a great cloud. with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the bay, the game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean a banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it.